Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. I am actually very excited to be filming my TBR video again. I haven't set a monthly TBR in a couple of months. I haven't posted in a little while. I feel like I've said this so many times, but all my time and energy has gone into renovating my home. So yeah, I haven't really been setting monthly TBRs because I haven't had time to read them. But I can't believe we are going into August and I feel like it's time to set another TBR. My physical TBR is gotten way out of hand, way out of control. I'm very motivated to tackle it and bring it down. So I feel like setting a monthly TBR is really going to help. I am a very big mood reader. I pick out my monthly TBR with TBR prompts. That way it allows me to pick which books I'm in the mood for. I normally pick 6 books every month. That is what I'm going to do for August. And yeah, I'm excited to see what books we're going to get. Prompt number 1. I can't remember the last time I added prompts to the jar, so I might need to add some new ones. A book I have been avoiding. Cool. So I feel like that's like everything because I've been in a reading slump, but there is definitely some books that I've been avoiding more than others. I'm gonna go look on the bookshelf. On this bookshelf, a lot of the books on the bottom half are not read and a lot of the books on the top have been read. Because it is all one big bookshelf, I have also tried to keep authors together, so it's kind of scattered all over the place. My old bookshelves, I had a physical TBR shelf and a read shelf, so it's easier. Let's see how this goes. Unfortunately for me, a lot of the books that I have been avoiding are very thick fantasy books. So I do have a couple of them. I have been avoiding Onyx Storm. I don't know why. I literally went out on release day and got this. I read like 10 pages. I put it down because I didn't want the story to end. And then I realized that I wasn't really in the mood for it. And then I heard mixed reviews and I haven't touched it since. I have also been avoiding Queen of Shadow. No idea why. I read the first 4 books back to back and absolutely loved them. Then I put this on a monthly TBR ages ago, never read it, and I just haven't picked it up. I don't know if it's because of the length or because I don't want this series to end, so I have been delaying my read, but it's definitely a book I've been avoiding. And then another book that I thought of was Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I have been avoiding this purely based on the length. These books are taking me ages to read because I annotate them. I don't normally annotate books, but I have with this series because I've just been loving the writing and the series and I wanted to annotate it. But this is long. And I'm not sure I've been in the mood to read this and annotate it. So there is way more books on my shelf that I have been avoiding, like a lot of fantasy. But these were the ones that I thought of. I am not going to be reading this because I'm not in the mood for that. I feel like you need to be in a certain mood for that series. So I have these 2. I'm not sure which one. They're pretty much the same length. I didn't know which one I wanted to go for. But now sitting here, I think I'm going to add Queen of Shadows to my TBR. Again, I feel like this has been added quite a few times, but I'm hoping in the month of August it slows down for me a little bit and I actually have time to read it because I miss this series and I really, really want to get back into it. Prompt number 2. A book that ends with an odd number of pages. Okay, well, we're definitely going to have a lot of options. It's just going to take me a lot of time to look at all the pages. Because I literally could pick anything for this prompt, I didn't even know what I was in the mood for. I found 2 books that end with odd numbers. I'm sure there are heaps more, but I don't know what I'm in the mood to read. I grabbed Deep End by Ali Hazelwood because I love Ali's books. I already have quite a long fantasy, so I thought adding a romance would be a good buffer. Plus, I have another book on my shelves still. I tend to read these as they get released. I am a little bit behind, so I thought this would be a good option. And then I saw this one. This has been on my monthly TBRs for a very, very long time. I keep putting it on, never reading it. I feel like this is, based on the cover, I feel like this book is the perfect book for a cozy winter's day. It just gives those vibes. It is also a book on my 25 books I wanted to read in 2025. So I feel like this is a good option. I'm scared that I put it on my TBR, I'm not going to read it again. I actually have no idea what book I want to add. I'm pretty sure this one is shorter. And this is by an Australian author and it is shorter. I've heard really good things about it. Maybe I add it and just make it a priority to read it. I'm scared I'm not going to read it, but I feel like this fits the vibes more. So I'm going to add this and see how we go. Prompt number 3. Book cover jar chooses my reads. This is fun. The only problem with this is I don't have a printer yet at my new home, so the book cover jar doesn't have the books that I've added recently to my bookshelves, but that's okay. This is not really a jar, it is a mug that my sister made for me, and inside has all book covers for all the books on my physical TBR. I normally print them and put them in here as I buy them for my reading journal. This is full, and I think it also has some Kindle books in here as well, but I really want to try and get my physical TBR down, so I'm going to just keep picking into like a physical book. Let's go with this one. Okay, that's actually a good option. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is The Dagger and the Flame. Let me go get the book. I don't actually know much about this book. I bought it based on the cover, and then I actually heard very good reviews about it. That's about it. I don't actually know anything about it. Oh, there's a map. That's pretty. I'm assuming this is a series. I haven't had this book on my TBR for too long. When did it come out? 2024. Yeah, I haven't had it on my TBR for that long. Well, on the back says there's deadly games and enemies to lovers romantasy, so that already sounds incredible. I will have to have a look and see when the next book is coming out. I assume that it is a series. It does also look a little bit YA. The writing is not that dense. I am actually excited to read this and give it a go. I feel like it is the perfect season. Winter for me is for fantasy, so it is the perfect season to read something like this. I feel like we got a good pick with this one. Prompt number 4. A book you think you'll rate 5 stars. This is always a hard prompt because I feel like going into a book expecting 5 stars, it makes it harder for it to be 5 stars, but there is definitely some authors that... Let me just go have a look. I don't think there's a lot of books that I'm anticipating being 5 stars, but I instantly thought of certain authors. Like Ashley Poston, all of the books that I've read by her are either given 4.75 or 5 stars. I have 2 of her books that I still need to read. Sounds Like Love just came out and I am desperate to read it, and I feel like this would be a 5 stars, but I also kind of want to read her backlist first. I could add The Dead Romantics because again, I feel like anything she writes could be 5 stars. Another option could be Abby Jimenez. I have given all of her books like 4.5 to 5 stars. So I haven't read this one yet, and this could potentially be a 5 stars, but I have heard mixed reviews. So I don't think I would go into this expecting 5 stars. I would assume that it would be highly rated, but maybe not 5 stars. So I feel like I need to add The Dead Romantics. I am so excited to read this book. I've been putting it off because I love Ashley Poston's writing. I love her books, and I just wanted one of her books on my TBR for when I needed it, but I have Sounds Like Love there. So I am going to add The Dead Romantics for this prompt. Prompt number 5. Okay, well this is buy a new book to read. And I'm not buying any books at the moment. There is a couple books that I want to buy, but I'm not going to go and buy a book for this because I need to get my physical TBR down. That's the whole goal. So I'm going to pick another prompt. Like I said, there are books on my want to buy list that I want to add to my TBR. I'm just not buying them yet. We need to pick a new prompt. Let's go with this one. Pick a book out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is romance, fantasy, romantasy. So anything out of that is out of my comfort zone. I had a few books I could have picked for this prompt, but I instantly thought of All In, and I feel like this is the perfect book. I'm obviously halfway through the series. This is book 3, the Natural series. This is YA mystery thriller, so definitely outside of my comfort zone, and I feel like it's the perfect book again for this season. I have been wanting to continue this series. I am in the middle of so many series that I need to start tackling them. I feel like this is the perfect book for that prompt. Prompt number 6, our final prompt. I feel like we've actually got some good books on the TBR. I'm very excited. Let's go with this one. A title that starts with the. I feel like this should be pretty easy. I thought the best book for this would be The Spanish Love Deception. This is giving summer vibes, but this book has been on my TBR for so long, like probably one of the oldest books on my TBR, and I really, really need to read it and get it off my TBR. But then as I was looking, I saw The Poppy War, which I have been wanting to read again for the longest time. This I feel like is perfect for this season. I have also been a little bit scared to read it, but I feel like this is going to be an incredible read and I'm going to enjoy it. But then I'm going to be starting a new series. Again, I have no idea what I'm in the mood for. Coming out of a reading slump and like a season of your life of not reading much, it's hard to jump back in and see what books you want to read because you just want to consume everything. And I don't know what I'm in the mood for. We have a couple fantasy books already. We don't have any romance yet. I like to have a romance on my TBR just to break things up. And again, this has been on my TBR for so long, I feel like I should do it. But I feel like this, I'll be drawn to this and read this more. So again, I'm scared if I put this on my TBR, I'm not going to read it. But I want to put it on the TBR, so I do read it. I think I will just put The Spanish Love Deception and hopefully I actually read it. If I am in the mood to read The Poppy War, I still can. I am a mood reader. I'm going to read more than just my TBR. Yeah, I am going to add this, even though I don't know if it's the right choice, but I'm going to do it because I need to motivate myself to read it. So this will be the last book. We will do a quick little recap of the books that I have on my August TBR. We first got Queen of Shadows. Then we got Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens. Then we got The Dagger and the Flame. We added The Dead Romantics, All In, and The Spanish Love Deception. I am very excited about this TBR. I am very motivated to read it, and I am actually super excited to be filming content again and reading lots. Hopefully I will have lots of reading vlogs and vlogs coming your way in August. I appreciate you all so much for watching and for supporting and subscribing and liking. If you want to see me on other platforms, my other social medias are linked below, my Instagram and my TikTok. But I hope to see you all in my next video.